One NBA season morphs into another. Softball player Haylie McCleney says she rode Nyjah Huston's skateboard. What are the twisties? How do gymnasts like Simone Biles deal with them? What Jalen Green brings to the Rockets as number 2 pick in the NBA draft. Sunisa Lee's family and friends celebrate the American gymnast's Olympic gold win. What Cade Cunningham brings to the Pistons as number 1 overall draft pick after winning all-around gold. Sunisa Lee didn't think she would ever get here. American stars who will dominate the first week of the Olympics. What Joey Gallo brings to the Yankees. U.S. Olympic sprinter Noah Lyles is at the top of his game. On and off the track, fellow Team USA athletes show support for gymnast Simone Biles and mental health struggles. Aaron Rodgers on relationship with Packers. Had to assess the situation. Are 13-year-old Olympic medal winners alone in Summer Games history? Talking how Aaron Rodgers' deal may have gone down. Simone Biles withdraws from team and all-around finals, but is still greatest of all time. What's next for Chris Paul? Breaking down possible offseason options. NBA free agency is here, not that far ahead of next season. Following 2 unusual seasons in which COVID-19 impacted the regular season and playoffs, the league is slated to get back on its regular schedule this season. FYI, training camp opens September 28, and the regular season begins October 19. There are some All-Stars and future Hall of Famers available, and then a bunch of solid role players in free agency. Who ends up where? Which teams have salary cap space, or the front office know how to get a franchise-altering deal done? Here are players who reached deals with teams during free agency. Kyle Lowry has agreed to a 3-year deal with the Miami Heat. Miami restricted free agent guard Duncan Robinson reached a 5-year, $90 million to stay with the Miami. A person familiar with negotiations told USA Today Sports. Restricted free agent center Jarrett Allen agreed to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers on a 5-year, $100 million contract. A person with knowledge of the deal told USA Today Sports. This gives the Cavs their rim-protecting big, who is a solid pick-and-roll player with an improving offensive game. Allen averaged 12.8 points, 10 rebounds and 1.4 blocks last season. Will Barton agreed to a 2-year, $32 million to stay with the Denver Nuggets. 2 people familiar with the deal confirmed to USA Today Sports. The Nuggets considered retaining Barton to be their biggest offseason priority. Barton provided dependable scoring and defense during his 7 years there. The Nuggets will sorely need Barton's services to offset the loss of point guard Jamal Murray, who remains sidelined indefinitely with a torn ACL in his left knee. All-Star guard Mike Conley agreed to a 3-year, $72.5 million deal to stay with the Utah Jazz. A person familiar with the terms confirmed to USA Today Sports. The Jazz considered retaining Conley to be their biggest offseason priority. Though Conley missed all but Game 6 of the Jazz's second-round loss to the Los Angeles Clippers because of a right hamstring injury, the Jazz are optimistic Conley will be fully healthy next season. Guard T.J. McConnell will stick with the Indiana Pacers on a 4-year, $35 million deal, according to the Indianapolis Star. Forward center Kelly Olynyk plans to sign a 3-year, $37 million with the Detroit Pistons. Center Nerlens Noel agreed to return to the New York Knicks on a 3-year, $32 million deal. Guard Alec Burks agreed to return to the Knicks on a 3-year, $30 million deal. Guard Cameron Payne will re-sign with the Phoenix Suns on a 3-year, $19 million deal. Guard Tim Hardaway Jr. agreed to a 4-year, $74 million deal to stay with the Dallas Mavericks. A person familiar with the details confirmed to USA Today Sports. All-Star guard Chris Paul agreed to a 4-year deal with the Phoenix Suns that could be worth as much as $120 million. A person familiar with the details confirmed to USA Today Sports. Paul had declined a $44 million player option after leading to the Suns to the NBA Finals at 36 years old. The Suns agreed to a deal that could ensure Paul plays up to age 40 amid both his productive play while avoiding major injuries. Shooting guard Doug McDermott is headed to the San Antonio Spurs on a 3-year, $42 million contract. Forward Bobby Portis shows his loyalty to the Milwaukee Bucks, reaching a 2-year, $9 million deal to remain with the 2021 champions. A person familiar with agreement told USA Today Sports. Forward Mo Harkless agreed to a 2-year, $9 million with the Sacramento Kings. A person with direct knowledge of negotiation told USA Today Sports. The Los Angeles Lakers and free agent guard Wayne Ellington agreed to a 1-year deal. Two people familiar with the terms confirmed to USA Today Sports. The Lakers made this move to bolster their outside shooting and defense. Ellington, who also played with the Lakers in the 2014-15 season, has shot 38.2% from three-point range during his 14-year NBA career. Ellington shot 42.2% from deep last season with the Detroit Pistons. Center Dwight Howard plans to rejoin the Los Angeles Lakers after playing for Philadelphia last season. Howard helped the Lakers win the 2020 title. Solomon Hill reached a 2-year deal with the Atlanta Hawks. A person familiar with his free agency told USA Today Sports. Forward Mike Muscala and the Oklahoma City Thunder have reached an agreement on a 2-year, $7 million deal. Guard Alex Caruso agreed to join the Chicago Bulls on a 4-year, $37 million deal. Caruso's agent, Greg Lawrence, confirmed to USA Today Sports. Caruso had fielded interest from several teams, but it remains unclear why the Lakers could not retain him. They had the ability to match his bird rights and had appreciated his hustle and ongoing growth. But the Lakers also agreed to terms with Ellington and Trevor Ariza in hopes of bolstering their three-point shooting and defense. Caruso will team up with Ball after playing together for 2 seasons on the Lakers. The Clippers agreed to keep Nicholas Batum on a 2-year deal. A person familiar with the terms told USA Today Sports. The person added that Batum's second year is a player option. Guard forward Gary Trent Jr. and the Toronto Raptors came to terms on a 3-year, $54 million deal. Shooting guard Evan Fournier reached a 4-year deal to join the New York Knicks. The Celtics acquired Fournier at the 2021 deadline but were not able to re-sign him. Free agent swingman Reggie Bullock agreed to a 3-year, $30.5 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. His agent, David Bauman, confirmed to USA Today Sports. Bauman said Bullock found the fit appealing for numerous reasons, including Luka Doncic's star power, the hiring of Jason Kidd as head coach, Mark Cuban's ownership presence, his potential role and no state income tax. Corey Joseph reached a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Detroit Pistons, and Trey Lyles agreed to a 2-year, $5 million deal with the Pistons, according to the Detroit Free Press.